Speaking of issues, the New York Jets had some issues over the past couple of years, and the quarterback with the New York Jets, Aaron Rodgers, apparently was vocal about these issues. He and Mark Schlereth, Fox Sports 1 host, are friends, and Mark Schlereth was talking about a situation Rodgers was venting about in New York on his Stinkin' Truth podcast. Let's take a listen.
One thing that Aaron and I had a conversation about when he was with the Jets was how abysmal their running game was and how schematically it made no sense. And I brought up the conversation. I started the conversation, and then Aaron went on for about a 25-minute diatribe on just their run game. I asked Aaron about it, just about the run game in general, and I said, man, this is like, it's really bad, this. And he went on this diatribe just about, the dysfunction of what we're trying to accomplish and all these different things.
And so apparently Rodgers, even while in the mix there in New York, was not happy about some of the decision making, some of the ideas on how to fix the run game, so on and so forth. And just the more that you hear about this time in New York for Rodgers and everybody involved, the more you realize that was just an awful idea. Like, that was an awful idea. His chance to succeed in New York ended 4 plays into the season when he first got there. It was over. Because then everybody's timeline was off. He was out for the year. It was going to take him into the very next year to try and get back to full health. And by that time, there had already been a coaching change and all sorts of crap going on with the Jets. That moment when he went down with the injury, it was a wrap. They were never going to get... You needed everything to be perfect. You needed the timing for everybody to be perfect, with a coach potentially on the hot seat and a quarterback this late in his career, and 4 plays into the season, the timing got thrown off, and it was a mess ever since then. It was never going to work after that.
Who was that making the quote talking about it?
Mark Schlereth.
Mark Sting. I just, for me, I always think when bad mouthing of an organization or of a quarterback, a coach, whatever it may be, when that comes out after they've left, I just find it to be disingenuous. I find it to be convenient, and it doesn't hit the same. It just doesn't. If you had these feelings and you had these conclusions and these thoughts, then let it out. Let it be made known, because after the fact, it's late. There's no reason to give us, that type of information and that have to be disseminated, because conclusions have already been written. They've already been drawn. It's already happened. So I just feel like the Aaron Rodgers experiment in New York did not work, and it's over. Like, what happens next? Does Justin Fields make this New York Jets a better team? Does Aaron Rodgers make the Pittsburgh Steelers a better team? Again, this is why the National Football League is the greatest reality TV show that has ever existed. Oh, we put Aaron Rodgers in one of the biggest media markets in the country, in the world, and it didn't work out. But you know what? Hey, let's put them in a different media market. Let's see if it works out in Pittsburgh. Oh, now we can cross-reference and bring that back and wrap it into New York City. Oh, we brought in Justin Fields from Pittsburgh. He didn't get it done in Pittsburgh. Let's take him out of that market. Let's put him in New York. Now we got a cross-referencing of stories. How did this work? One side may do better. One side may do worse. One player may do better. One player may do worse. Both players may stink. Both players might be great. No matter how this all plays out, the storyline still exists to be able to write them in a very entertaining way, which is why the NFL continues to win.
Do you think, because the way Mark Schlereth kind of laid it out was he reached out to Rodgers and noticed that there were some questionable decisions as far as their scheming goes with the offensive line, and then Rodgers went on to vent about what it is that they were doing. I don't know if it was necessarily Rodgers airing out the organization so much. I think he did a lot of that on the Pat McAfee show, and he's.
I'm about to say he has aired them out. I mean, that wouldn't be anything new. But go ahead.
I just like we've seen this before to where like when the Colts hired Jeff Saturday, it was like, wow, this could be cool. We were on the air. I think that was our first year doing the show together when the Colts hired Jeff Saturday. And it was like, well, let's see how this works. Let's see how this works because this is a bold, different approach. It doesn't feel like it's going to work, but let's just see. And they win the first game, and you're thinking to yourself, man, maybe the Colts knew something. And then upon further review, the idea was preposterous. It just didn't, like, it just didn't, like, it was never going to work because the timing of everything, like you're asking a guy to walk off a TV set and take over a team that he hasn't been around. Like, it was never going to work, but it didn't take until afterwards where all of your initial thoughts were confirmed. And when Rodgers joined the Jets, I think I speak for a lot of people where it was, okay, it's Rodgers, it's the Jets. We've seen this with Favre. It didn't work with him. It's never seemingly worked with any quarterback with the Jets, but let's give it a shot. And literally running out with the American flag on Monday Night Football, and 4 plays later, it was over. He was after that, and you know this from going through the Achilles injury. When did he look close to himself even last year? I mean,
y'all was geeking out.
Well,
he's going to come back this season. Watch how he makes. I'm so excited for this.
Again.
UNQ. If anybody can do it, it's going to be Aaron Rodgers. He's coming back. Did you hear that? He's coming back. He was on the field before the game, warming up. Is he going to suit up? Get out of here.
And now that you look back on it, now that I'm taking a step back, and I'm hearing him vent to Mark Schlereth about the run game and all these other, I just realized, man, that was it. I remember where I was watching it when he went down with the injury. I remember thinking to myself, oh, God, there's no way it's going to be over this quick. But then thinking, well, maybe he'll come back that year, and maybe it'll be a bounce-back year the year after. It's like, no, the timeline got thrown off completely. You needed everything to be perfect. You had the coach on the hot seat. You had an organization who was desperate. You had an owner who was desperate. You had a quarterback who wanted to prove people wrong and move away from his previous organization and do what the guy who preceded him did in Brett Favre, but do it differently. And 4 plays in, gone. All of it gone. Like completely wiped out. And it makes me feel dumb that I was thinking this entire time while Rodgers was in New York, like, no, but maybe. And it just, dysfunction after dysfunction. It was never going to work. The pairing was
crazy
awful.
is so, like, this is like a one-sided rant going on right now, right? Like, we're talking about it from Aaron Rodgers' perspective. Imagine how you felt if you were the New York Jets.
Oh, my God.
Like, you got some nerve to be talking about your frustrations about us. What about us, Aaron Rodgers? You ever stop to think about the pain and heartache you caused us? Take some cotton darn responsibility over yourself.
It's just like,
you mother lover.
It's like 2 hotheads dating each other. Like, you got 2 hotheads dating each other. Where'd you guys meet? At a bar drinking. Oh, well, yeah.
Were y'all sober? No.
Everything will be fine. And they get married. It's a shotgun wedding. They get married. And then, 5-6 months later, oh, yeah, it didn't work out. No way. No, you don't say.
Have your wedding ring on.
Oh, you don't say. It's like, what's going on here?
How's the missus? What?
That's why I truly believe that Rodgers in Pittsburgh will be better than Rodgers in New York, just because that situation was never going to work. Like, it was never going to happen.
Well, let's be clear here. Mike Tomlin knows he needs to have a good year. There's no mistaking. He doesn't need a crystal ball or somebody to tell him. He knows going into this, he needs to have a good year. Rodgers feels the same way, maybe doesn't feel as much of a sense of urgency as it applies to what he needs to do just based off of the fact he's already had a first ballot Hall of Famer career. But he's still playing, which means that he still feels like there's something to prove. And so you take that and you add in the element of Mike Tomlin seemingly having a very, very strong, domineering type of personality, and the way he runs his team and how this thing is all, kind of constructed in Pittsburgh. It just appears that Aaron Rodgers, while he will continue to still be a lightning rod and still be a major topic of conversation from the media, it just seems like this would be the right place where a coach can handle the type of person and the type of elements that come along with Aaron Rodgers being on your team. And that could pay dividends for both the team and for the player. But it could also end very, very bad. Yeah. I mean, it also has the potential of crashing and burning very badly as well. So again, it's reality television and it's must-see TV. I know I'm gonna be locked in.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm gonna be locked in.
I can't wait. And it's also kind of leading to what you're saying. It's two entities who've been through a lot of crap the past couple of years, dealt with a lot of crap, and they're probably like, look, can we just play ball? Like, I just want to play ball. I want to go out. I want to play ball. I want to have an understanding of what it is that we're doing, and I don't want to deal with all the chaos. Like, that's it. And I think that's probably good news for the Steelers, who are probably hoping for some good news. And you get Justin Fields week 1. It's great. Good for the NFL.